Hello there. Today I'm going to begin telling some of my boyhood stories. And my boyhood was varied with very exciting stories. There are many, so I won't tell them all to you today, but this is one or two that you may find entertaining. So understand first, I was raised in a home up in the middle of nowhere with no indoor plumbing, no electricity, and a log to use as a restroom. Yeah, I loved it. As a boy, an only child, it was the most amazing time ever. So many stories with my dog Lassie. Yeah, that was literally her name. She looked like Lassie too. To our, after she passed, our dog Reggie, Black Lab Shepherd mix. We spent countless days just traipsing over the mountains, and we lived in a mountain. It was side of a mountain, actually. Really no level spots at all. But lots and lots of stories and memories. One of the most exciting stories, or not most, but one of the more exciting stories, was of me using my Craftsman lawnmower with the deck torn off, gray, you know the type, with the red letters, black seat, and I used that as a four-wheeler because we couldn't afford a four-wheeler, but when we moved up there, we didn't have grass at the time, so we didn't need a lawnmower, so we just tore the deck off, and that was my four-wheeler. So I was going up the dirt logging road. I say dirt, but it was more like gravel, really hard gravel too. There's a portion of our road going up to our property called the Black Mile because of all the skid marks from the log trucks that would go down and careen off the edge. They nicknamed it the Black Mile. It was terrifying. So I'm driving up the logging road in my old Craftsman lawnmower, and all of a sudden I can see something to my left up the mountain. And all of a sudden I start hearing it over the lawnmower. Crash, crash, boom. Branches and trees are starting to shake. And here comes the biggest brown color bear with the fat rolls and everything just coming straight toward me. My eyes opened. My heart started racing. I slammed on the brake, threw it in reverse, let off the brake, spun around, and went forward as fast as I could, trying to outrun this bear. Now, what I didn't know at the time, or what I didn't think about, because I was a kid, was my dog, Reggie, was up ahead. That bear and my dog apparently chased each other. I don't know who chased whom, but when I finally got all the way down to our little cabin, and I call it a cabin, it was more like a shanty. It used to be a tent, which had dirt floor. And yes, my mother did sweep the dirt floors, I remember, and it made a difference. Okay, that's our home. So I went down to our home, talked with my father, screamed, yelled at my father really, that our dog is missing and that a bear chased me. So my dad jumped into his green 1978 Chevrolet, three on the tree, six-cylinder engine, short box, fun beat up truck we used as a logging skidder. And he drove up with a shotgun in hand, put one in the chamber, spun tires up there, and I stayed down with my mother. A short while later, my father comes down with our dog. And he said he found our dog in the creek with only his nose sticking out of the water, which I don't know if y'all have seen that. That is a very rare circumstance. You never see a dog completely submerged in the water with just a nose. But he was hot from chasing that bear, or being chased by the bear. I don't know. On the way down, once I saw that bear, I got to see how fast a little Craftsman lawnmower can go in neutral. And let me give you an idea of the steepness of this mountain. In 2 miles, you ascend 2,000 feet. That's 1,000 feet every mile in elevation gain. So it's steep. So that little trip was fast. And let me tell you, lawnmowers, contrary to popular belief, they don't actually have brakes. Okay? You stop the belt. In the back, there's a differential. How this works, at least for me, is when you stop the differential, that the output shaft or input shaft, I suppose, then if it was a lock differential, everything would stop and you just skid. But it's not. It's an open differential. So one wheel would stop, the other wheel would go the other direction. And so trying to stop, it would go like this. So I was trying to, it was scary. And on one side, it's just kind of a drop off. It was the scariest time ever, but it was so exciting because, well, I was getting chased by a bear. That's why it was exciting. There are so many stories that can be unfolded in this series, but really, what I want to convey is how important a father is and a mother, and how important it was for me to see my dad try to take care of our family. It was wonderful. He loved me, still does, and I love him. Living up there was amazing. From getting chased by a bear to building a fort in a place we shouldn't have out of alder trees to getting lost in the woods because I had a magnet in my pocket and my compass wasn't working to um, having another bear experience in a tent to rolling tires off the edge of the mountain. One thing after another. It was endless fun and endless wonders. Was it a good place to raise a child? Did I get a lot of socialization? I didn't. But I have something way better. I now know that I can take any project or any issue that's in my life and tackle it head on, face first. I'm not scared. I know I got God by my side. And I learned from a young age that what you do with fear is important. It's okay to be afraid. What are you going to do with it? I get on my knees and I pray. I'm getting chased by a bear. My prayers are a little bit accelerated and louder, but that's the key. When you're afraid, stop. Get down on your knees. Just turn to Him. He'll protect you. He always has me. Always. Even in times where I feel like I'm being hurt, I learned later that I was actually being transformed. James 1. Count it all joy, my brethren. You face various trials and temptation, knowing that the testing of your faith produces patience. There's so much there. That steadfastness, faith growing, that only happens through really trials. So do count it all joy because through these moments, you grow and you become the person that God wants you to be. You may not understand it at that time, but it's true. You need to rest and trust in Him.